Welcome SMF Street Traders. What I'm going to present to you here and now is a 60-minute chart on the STS Pro Share Ultra Short S&P 500. You'll notice that back here where we put in this price action right on up to this trend line to where that gap, this was a gap. And then we made the highs up here to that trend line. We pulled back, we came up, and then when the markets bounced during 8:13 through the 8:18 when they were walking the market slider up, we had pulled back. But then here's what we did. From where that gap was, we came across that bottom, SMF Street Traders. We made that price action. Of course, naturally, we were buying these things because that's the way the market was going to go. And when we were buying the S&P 500 put options, that was the time to know that we had made the prices here as we did, and we went over it. This is where the remember that the short cover days, the light volume days of August created a lot of this right here. Because this kind of chart is when we came off of that, we come right through this where we had gap down. We come right through these tops of what were resistance in this trend line right through here. We come down, we come up. They pop that gap up. We've come up to where we reversed today, 825. We had a daily pullback here to where we had this prior consolidation. This is the part of the trend that we want to look at because basically when you're buying down here, the high was 36.17. That was the close of 35.34. Well, do the math from here to there on how good your entries are. But more importantly is that buying down here in the wholesale bid is where the risk is taken out, SMF Street Traders. So your dollar cost risk makes sense. If we gap up in the morning on a bad GDP report and they don't lie and pad the number, of course they do, well, if you take 34.81 minus 36.17, that's your wholesale bid to the intraday high. That's the important thing, because ultimately not only is it your profit going back up and higher when you break these highs over here. So, you know, it's that entry once again. It's that dollar cost entry to that intraday swing high with the market makers is making sure that your entry is wholesale within at least 10 pennies of the low. Sometimes it may take 3 or 4 hours, as you know. And on the next chart that I'm going to do, we're going to do so we, you know, this is the way that that trade was. They accumulated it on 46 million shares, ultra short. 60-minute chart. Support levels are going to be right in here. Here's the last leg of these breakouts. You know where the previous trend lines came from. You can see here that you would pull back like you should, but every time you'd set up and make higher highs all the way up. Now we're pulling back right here in this price action where that gap was. And basically what we're going to be looking at is where we get this wholesale, because you do have that GDP coming out. I've already done the math. It's lower. S&P got below the 1050 handle and bounced intraday. The Dow is at 10,060, and it too bounced off the lows on lighter volume, just like any downtrend should. SMF Street Traders. For the people internationally that are out there that may ever watch the video, you're welcome, and SMF Street welcomes any people outside of the USA. And you're welcome to be on our trading team as well. And so are US people. You don't have to have any experience. 5-day free trial. Get started now.